You would see this.
Look at this. This is my guy. That is my guy right there.
Yeah,
you see this?
Yeah.
That's my guy. That's me.
How did you even pick that?
That's me.
That's what I want to know.
He's all
That's
in,
me,
bro.
boys.
He's committed. He's committed to the cause.
Phone can't get any closer to the face. Look at him rooting him on. Like, that is what I'm talking about. Look at that.
Look at the chew on him.
I'm on him.
Look at how he's chewing that gum.
He said, I give no rat's ass about your space and your boundaries, bro. I'm up on you. This is Brandon. This is him. He's like right here. He's like right here. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Men's Physique Show where the sport lives. I've got my two hosts, my brothers, the Australian voice of Men's Physique, one of the most handsomest podcasters on the planet Earth himself, pause, Phil Naselli, let's go, A-Bomb. And then, of course, my boy, our boy, the heartbeat of Men's Physique, the guy who's been doing it for 7+ years. He continues to impact the entire league. Hart McGrath, ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
Let's go, Hart.
And it's the gaffer, Aline Bolton out of Hotlanta, baby, back from Asia. Feeling great, feeling good. What is going on, gentlemen? Chicago Pro, Olympia. Woo! I'm hyped. What's going on, Hart? Talk to me. Talk to us.
First of all, I got to talk to the 33,500 audience members that show up every week to watch our show. I mean, we're doing something different. We got 3 individual videos, and we're hopping on this weekend. And by the consensus of it, everyone is loving this format. What do you guys think of this?
Flames of Beelzebub fire. It's on that level. It's like River Styx fire. I'm loving it, bro. It's so unique us being able to have this flow and come together on a Saturday like this and come together and it brings everything together from the whole week. Us coming together. What do you think, Phil?
It's good to be back doing the podcast. I mean, obviously we've changed the style. It looks like the fans absolutely love it. If you've taken a look at just some of the views, I think we've got over 15,000 views on those 3 videos this week. And, that's all we want to do. Part of being part of the Men's Physique Show, our main goal, our vision, our mission is to always just elevate the standard, elevate the division, and just allow this division that we all love so dearly to allow to grow and grow and grow. And we're planting our seed on YouTube, allowing that to happen. And we've got to thank every one of the Horde members that have been a part of the journey as well. But guys,
hey Phil, I just need to correct you real quick. 20,000 views, my friend.
20,000. There you go.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah.
Things are just flying. I can't even keep up
Let's
anymore.
Go.
But what are we diving into first? We've got a big episode lined up. We've got a couple of things that we want to talk about. We're talking about the Chicago Pro, are we? Gaffer.
Wow, just wrapped up, brother. Just wrapped up.
Moments ago. The man from Spain does it again, hey?
Do we call him the 4 Horsemen now? I mean, like, what do we call it? This guy, Sid Vicious, just came into the States, flew into the States, and put his flag down and said, "No, I'm taking over this territory also." That's what he just did.
That's literally what he did. I'm calling him King Sid, because that's what
King
he's doing.
Sid?
He's conquering continents all around the world. I mean, we saw what he did. We saw what he did in Europe. Over the last month, 3 shows back to back to back. This was his biggest test, if you ask me. Obviously European shows are really big, but when you go into the States, the holy grail, the land of bodybuilding, and you're up against a number of different Olympians. I mean, like you see here, you got Ryan Clark there, you've got Drew Cullen, you've got a number of different Olympians on that stage. You got Stephen Cao there as well on the left. Big show, big lineup, and I said it in a reel last week. I mean, 2026 has been all about strategy. Guys are trying their luck in different shows. They're being strategic with the shows that they're doing. I think Sidy's got a different strategy, and it's to knock out as many athletes as he possibly can leading up to the Olympia, so that qualified list is as short as possible to elevate his chances of doing even better in the show. And I mean, look at the physique. He's come over from Europe, no water retention at all. That midsection is tighter than what it was over the last 3 or 4 weeks. That physique as a whole was tighter than what it was over the last couple of weeks. And I mean, if this is a representation of what this guy's going to bring to the Olympia stage in, I think it's 10 weeks time now, he's going to have to put the world on notice from now. Hart, what do you think?
Get.
Dude, I think Sidy is just an animal. My biggest worry was Sidy, even though we all had him, a lot of people had him in Physique League, top 3. My biggest worry was, Sidy, he's really dominant in Europe, but how dominant is he going to be over here in the States? And the fact that he just did what he did, beating Drew Cullen, beating Stephen Cao, beating Ryan Clark, it's absolutely incredible. And I want to go back to that our post with Men's Physique News regarding the final five, because I want to talk about just his stature. Like, he clearly looks like the winner to me. Gaffa, what do you think? You're just visually looking at this. Maybe you're not. Let's pretend you're right.
Yeah. I mean, you look at him. His body is 100% erect. Pause. The chest is up. It's not. He's not hunched over. He's not trying to crunch his abs. Incredible ab cage. Incredible edge detail. I mean, the muscle bellies on this guy is insane. And bro, like, seriously, he just ran the gauntlet 4 in a row. And we've got another 9 weeks now left or whatever. And Corey Morris is about to hit the circuit. So where are you going to get your points? Where are you going to get your wins from at this point? If you've been sitting on the sideline, welcome to reality now. Like, welcome to your situation. It's like when you look at your account and you go, oh shit, I spent too much. Yeah, bro, you had to have saved. You should have jumped in earlier, because right now with Corey Morris coming up, another tall, statuesque physique, another physique that just goes bananas. Look at the feathering on his obliques. If you thought Sid looked crazy, you see Corey, you're like, wait a second, what the hell is going on here? My only question to you, Hart and Phil, is, do you think that now with Sid's look and Corey's look, do you think that, where does Banks rank amongst these guys now, amongst the giants? Does he move further down? Because when you look at Sid's physique, I'm not going to lie, man, like, he brings everything for a tall dude other than the legs. Like, the legs are the only small minor part I think that he needs to bring up a little bit. It's still there. It's not like it's zero legs, but wow. What do you boys think? Where does E. Banks rank now amongst the giants?
Phil, shoot away. What do you see there?
I mean, the taller guys are definitely showing up. I mean, this is going to be very, very hard for Aaron. I mean, we saw what happened in 2025, and then you see the likes of like Kyron Holden coming up the ranks. We see Edvan Palmera, which we're going to dive into a little bit later, and the look that he's starting to show. I mean, he's doing the China show in a couple of weeks' time, and he looks incredible. So the standard is always elevating. Corey Morris looks good. I mean, Instagram shows us one thing, and it's not until I see Corey on stage that's when I'm going to just be able to decide, where he's going to rank up between the two. I think Aaron is deep in his prep now as well. He's locked in. I know he's got that gym coming up as well. I mean, Aaron is always going to show up, though. Now with so much on the line, the competition being so high and as great as what it is now, he needs to show up. We can't see a repeat of what happened in 2025, because even though I think he got lucky last year. He didn't bring the typical Aaron Banks pop. He didn't bring the typical Aaron Banks look, and he still was able to get, fourth in the world. I don't think the athletes, the caliber of the athletes in 2026 will allow that to happen again. So hopefully he stands up. Hopefully he delivers in 2026, but we're all looking forward to seeing Aaron Banks back on stage. But Hart, what do you think?
Just kind of prolonging on your point, Phil, I think what you said is pretty spot on. I'm looking at the first call out, guys, and Aleem, I'm gonna throw this to you. Beautifully said, Phil. I'm looking at the first call out, and I'm thinking about a multi-time Olympian, a guy who is constantly in the past winning pro shows, who is a younger guy. He's not an older guy, who you would think would have a fresh physique that would be in the top 3 or at least win a pro show by now. And Aleem, who do we not see? I'm going to pull him up as I'm saying this. What is happening with Stephen Cao? Almost everyone in Physique League had Stephen in the top 3 for their picks, and we don't see Stephen. What do you think's happening with Stephen?
I think the division A has just, there's so many athletes now that look incredible. Stephen Cao has a phenomenal physique. So let me start off with that. But when it comes to the abs when he's on stage, the abs consistently, especially those lower abs, look like they're washed out. They look like they're non-existent. And I think that that's a problem for him against athletes that are hungry, that just have genetically bubblier muscle tissue. The posing is there. You know, you've got platforms like ours and everything, which helps to elevate the sport. So athletes are getting on stage now, being able to showcase their strengths and cover their weaknesses, which before it was a hit or miss for a lot of guys. They didn't have, you know, opportunities to see or hear what they need to change or what they could do in order to elevate their game. So there's a lot of things that are going on. The judging has changed in men's physique. Definitely we can see it's awarding guys who are more muscular, more complete, more shredded, more conditioned. So if you come in and you're not conditioned, you're definitely, you know, looking at probably being outside the top 5. If you come in and you don't have strong muscle tissue, that can be an Achilles heel. What I heard with Steven is that he faded again on the stage, even worse, and he came in flat. People told me that, you know, he stepped on stage at the Chicago Pro. He looked flat. I couldn't really tell from the footage. There's not a lot of footage of Steven at the Chicago Pro, but man, I mean, people were hitting us up. Hey, Steven looks flat. He looks worse than he looked last week. So I think he just needs to give his body a rest right now, man. And you know, it's sad to say, because when you see this again, Phil, you made a great point earlier. When you see guys by themselves on Instagram, they look phenomenal. They look like gods. And then you see them on stage next to other athletes and you go, damn, you don't look as amazing as I thought. And then some guys you think don't look as great, and then you see them on stage and they look even better. You know, Julio Cesar Suarez is case in point. Bro, you look at him, you know, on his Instagram, you're like, you know, probably second call out. You see him on stage, you're like, oh my God, this guy's full bubblicious with the muscle bellies. You know what I mean? So pause. So I just think that Steven needs to take a second step back. I don't see him getting into the O this year, which is totally surprising, because he's been there. Every time he's, you know, competed, every year for the most part he's competed, he's been in the O. And he's a vet and a young guy, like you said, Phil Hart. So, you know, wow, just wow is all I can say. He and Cuts need to go back to the drawing board and I think, you know, hit the reset button and really find out what's going on and why his body is fading the day of the show on stage. Like they need to solve that part of the Rubik's Cube. What you got, Phil?
I'm curious to know what's causing this. I mean, is it a posing thing? Was he not training abs during the off season? Is he eating the wrong food? I don't know what it is that's causing it, but I mean, normally you would see it the first week, but to see it in consecutive weeks back to back, there's got to be more to the story. Is it a stress related thing? There's got to be something going. Is he holding water still? There's got to be something going on behind the scenes, which is causing Steven to just fade the way that he does through prejudging. But someone who didn't fade during prejudging, someone that looked phenomenal on Instagram and back to back up, was Ryan Clark. I was going to go Ryan Clark, but this guy looked good too.
Rio Louis.
You jumped the gun. He looked good, but Ryan Clark, man, didn't he look good? I mean, I did see when we uploaded the men's physique show, the official standing points last week. He goes, "Oh, I'm still in the rankings, but wait till I show up next week at the Chicago Pro." And boy, he delivered. Take a look at that midsection. He stood that ground. He's now back in the point system. I think he's now on 14 points. He's going to be doing a couple of shows. He needs to do a couple of shows. And I can't see Ryan Clark feeling content going into the 2026 Mr. Olympia just on points. I mean, we know he's got the Hawaiian Pro Show win under his belt. He just needs one more to qualify for that Olympia. But man, this guy delivered. He's working with the best coach in the world. You know, Peaks. We got to call him the Peak Master. Yoda Hill has been delivering on every single top tier athlete that he puts on stage. We saw
doesn't matter the division either.
It literally does not matter the division. We saw it with Junpei, Brandon, Carlos Ocron. We saw it again today with with Ryan Clark. I mean, his experience just is something. Experience is everything in this sport. You know, the more time you're on stage, the more confident you become, the more that you know your body, the more you know how to pose and show your strengths and hide your weaknesses. This guy does it perfectly. And speaking of posing, Ryan Clark's got to be one of the best posers in the division.
Yes.
He is just so flawless. And that front shot, I saw someone actually comment on a recent post that he uploaded saying this is men's physique. And he is men's physique. He's always been men's physique. He's got the taper. Look at the abs. The abs are perfectly symmetrical. He's got the arms. He's got the chest. He's got that traditional, typical men's physique look. I'm looking forward to seeing Ryan do a couple more shows before the Olympia as well. Gaffer, take it away.
Hey, I had an opportunity to speak to Ryan earlier today before the show. And, he's out here in Atlanta. He moved to Atlanta. So we work out in the same gym over there at Carbon. And, man, he was sending updates. And he sent an update today this morning. And he said, hey, don't post this just yet. Hold back a little bit. But bros, he had it looked like lightning coming down on the side of his obliques. That's how etched and how jagged his ab cage was. I mean, it looked amazing. And I told him, I said, hey, in my humble, because he was posing, he was doing his back pose and he had his arms straight out. And I said, hey, you might want to consider, in my humble opinion, bringing your elbows in a little bit, bring your forearms in, and leaving your elbows out, flared out, so you can cover the space between the lats and the arms. However, veteran move. When he was up against Sidy, he went back out with his arms when he was standing next to Sidy. Why? Because Sidy's a taller athlete and he had to take up more space so he could stand out. If he would have brought his arms in, he would have covered those gaps, but he would have lost space with how dominating Sid's presence is, being so much taller. I mean, you basically had probably the tallest guy and one of the shortest guys in the show standing right next, coming in at 1 and 2. So phenomenal job as a veteran to recognize where he's standing, who he's standing next to, and to cover more space. That was a great veteran move on his part. And I had to give him props as soon as I saw that. And boys, he brought up his back. I remember I was talking with an athlete, a pro athlete, and we got into it. And he's like, "Oh, his back is never going to be great." I'm like, "Bro, I seen him personally, face to face, in the gym. I've seen his back. We were in the room, in the posing room. His back looks crazy. What he's doing, what Neil Yoda has Ryan Clark doing, are these underhand grip exercises for the lower lat, really close elbow to the side, leaning in, taking his time. He's changed the technique in which he trains and has more of that modernized, what I consider to be more modernized style of working out, where you control the eccentric, you squeeze. It's more about the mind-muscle connection than it is about moving the weight. And you see it paying dividends right now. I mean, I think he looks phenomenal. So I agree with you, Phil. Hart, what do you think? What do you think of Ryan Clark and his presence in the Chicago Pro?
Man, I was so excited to see Ryan step back on stage. I feel like it's been a long time since he stepped on stage. When was the last time we saw him? Was it the Hawaii Pro?
I think it was, yeah.
How long ago was that? I feel like that was forever ago.
For some reason, I feel like it was after the Olympia, November.
Was like last year, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was beautiful to see him come back and bring a package like this. Again, like Phil said, when you're under Neil Yoda Hill, good things happen. And I love the stockiness. I love the bubbliness of Ryan's physique. From the front, I feel like Ryan's shape and physique, he can stand next to anyone. There was a photo where I saw him standing next to Brandon, and it was pretty comparable. Like, that's how full Ryan is in the upper chest, beautiful arms, like thick arms. Aleem, you've talked about the ab cage in the midsection. It's great. The posing is great. He continues to make adjustments with his back pose. The back continues to come up. I expect to see Ryan be a 2026 Olympian. He's going to have to work for it. Like you said, there's a lot of guys getting off the couch that are top 10 Olympians, like Corey Morse, to name one. But again, very happy to see Ryan Clark, a guy we've interviewed, by the way. Go check out our interview on the channel to see him get second place. Well-deserved.
I got a question for you. You got two men. Atlanta Pro's coming up in a few weeks' time. You got two men who want that Olympia qualification. Gaffer, I'm sure you're going to be there. I'm sure Ryan Clark's going to do the Atlanta Pro. I'm sure Corey Morris is going to be doing the Atlanta Pro. The question is now, Gaffer, they're both your homeboys. I got to be careful if I ask you this question, in case you bump into them on the streets. But who do you think's coming 1 and 2 in that show if those two boys show up?
Wow. I tell you, on paper, there's two ways to look at it. One is that Ryan's been competing, so he's got the rust kicked off of him at this point. He stepped on the Chicago Pro stage. He came in second. He's now more active as of right now by one show. He's more active than Corey, but Corey Morris is a phenom. Both of them are phenoms, but Corey Morris is something like he's like that desert tornado or whatever that comes and just fucks everything up, like just turns everything upside down. And one thing about Corey, the only unknown factor has putting the gym together stressed him so much and driven his cortisol levels up where it's going to show in his physique when it's time to cut and actually step on stage. Now, by the updates, Corey looks like the best Corey Morris I've ever seen. The back is up. The obliques are even tighter than they've been before in the past. He streamlined the arms and the shoulders so he looks more men's physique instead of, the Delt King, as he's been known as, where the Delts just look like he's a football player with pads on, but now he streamlined the physique, small waist, man. It's hard to tell, bro. It's hard to tell. Ryan has an incredible core as well. It's going to be fun. That much I can tell you. Who do you think, Hart? Who do you think would take that?
Man, Corey, I think I'll jump right to it. Corey should take that. When Corey comes in 100%, I don't think Ryan Clark has ever beat him. And I probably say that pretty confidently. I don't think Ryan Clark has ever beat a 100% Corey Morris. But to your point, how is building this super dope gym that I can't wait to go to, will that have any effect on Corey's capabilities come showtime, the stress, the cortisol, or like we know Corey, does he have a handle on that mental headspace and he's going to be locked in and he's going to smoke guys, which I think is going to happen.
Yeah, I think
come on now. Come on. Yeah.
It's Corey Morris, bro. Yeah.
It's Corey Morris.
I know for sure Corey's definitely doing one show happening at the end of the year. End of the qualification series. It's going to be the Gold's Gym Classic. They've released the obviously they've kept bumping the prize money up. I know there's 10K on the line now. Corey has been on the record saying he wants that check. And the fact that it's the last show of the 2026 qualification series, I think in North America, I'm not sure if it's the last show in the world, but I know for sure it is in North America. There is going to be a lot of people wanting those last points, wanting that $10,000 prize check as well. Men's Physique show is going to be on the ground there. Gaffer's definitely going to be there. I know it's very, very close to his house. So we're looking forward to covering this show. Athletes, if you are on the couch and you want to be part of the last show of the 2026 season, make sure to put your registrations in. If you're a fan of the show, if you're a fan of Men's Physique, you don't want to miss out on that one.
I agree 100% with you. And you know what's wild? That prize money continues to go up. Spoke with Mike Rotini just the other day. That prize money is going to be more than $10,000 come show day, bro. That's how crazy this is. Like, this could literally turn out to be a $15,000, $20,000 payday for someone. So stop playing. You know what other show, which is towards the end of the year coming up soon, and we will be boots on the ground there too, that has an insane prize money and it keeps going up as well?
Tell them, Gaffer.
The Texas Pro, bro. The Texas Pro Battle Up Texas Pro show. Wow. I'm telling you, I can't wait to be there because speaking with Freddie, he's one of the promoters out there. Freddie is so hell-bent on making this show for the athletes one of the most special moments for the athletes, not only from the production and the back end stuff that they're doing for the athletes, but the money. Putting the money where the mouth is. You know what I mean? Pause. And he is bringing it, bro. He's bringing it. That's going to be a phenomenal show also. And it's one of the last shows that you can get into again to qualify. It's probably the third to last show that you can join to get points or win in order to qualify for the O. So it's not to be played around with. It's not a game. If you guys know anything about Freddie and Sheila with Battle of Productions. They do a great job up there. And then Casey and Leslie with Powerhouse Productions do a phenomenal job. They're putting on something special yet again in 2026, August 14th through the 15th. Again, your gaffer will be boots on the ground on the 15th. The Men's Physique Show will be in the house, and we're excited. We're excited to anytime someone is for the athletes, man, and trying to propel our division forward, we get hyped. Like, that's all we got to hear. Sign us up, so.
Hey, all I'm saying is I can't wait for those interviews. Those interviews are about to smack, bro. Those interviews are about to smack.
I love the fact that all these organizations and these what are they called? The guys that are putting on the shows are raising the prize. Promotions. Promoters. They're all raising the money. That's what this is about. That's what this sport's about. I mean, these guys make a living out of this sport. It's their career. It's their job. And with all the diet and training and sacrifice that these guys put into presenting these physiques on stage and putting on shows for men's physique fans and bodybuilding fans as a whole, I'm glad that these promoters are up in this money, because it's well deserved and it's long overdue. Maybe the Men's Physique Show played a little bit of part in that to push these guys to put the money up. But love the fact that Freddie's put the money up, and I love the fact that Mike's putting on a pretty big show with some pretty big prize money as well. Good stuff.
It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal, bro. I'm so excited. So excited.
Last couple guys regarding this show, the Chicago Pro 2026, is our guy from China, Liu Rui, continues to bring a phenomenal physique. I remember talking about this photo the other day. I mean, this guy comes in, what's the D word I'm looking for? This guy comes in dialed.
Dick skin shredded.
Multiple D words for this guy. Every time we see this guy, he's ready for show day. And here he is again at the Chicago Pro. Phil, I know you were keeping a closer eye on him during the show. What'd you think of Liu Rui out of China getting 4th place at this show, which was phenomenal?
Well deserved, if you ask me.
No, he got 3rd place, right?
Third place.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. 3rd place, brother.
Well deserved in my eyes. I mean, we saw what he did at the Republic of Texas Pro. That was the first show of his 2026 season, and he looked phenomenal. There was no doubt in my eyes he was arguably one of the most dialed, dick skin shredded athletes on that stage on the day, and he's backed it up. I mean, he's shaking up the men's physique world at the moment. I mean, he beat the likes of like Drew Cullen. We know how shredded Drew Cullen comes into these shows. This guy, in my opinion, was even more shredded than Drew. He even from the back, like the width that this guy had on his back, he probably had one of the widest backs on that stage. I think he may have just lacked a little bit of detail when you compare. Like, that's actually a perfect shot sitting in between Ryan and Sidy. You can see that he's lacking a little bit of detail. He's lacking the lower lats in comparison to someone like a Ryan Clark. But all in all, this guy has a very, very promising future. I think he hasn't been in the scene for long, and if this is anything to go by, this guy has a huge future in the sport. Gaffer, take a look at him. What do you think?
Bro, I think he can. I think it's a posing thing with him in terms of that face to curtain. Like, if you notice, he didn't really look like he had his chest up, and when you bring your chest up, and when you're in the back pose and you bring your chest up, first of all, your hips are extending outward, right? So there's extending behind you, right? So your ass is sticking out. Then you've got this curve going to the lower back so that your back can sit flush straight up. Your chest has to come up, and then that seems to bring out the detail in that middle section, that the rhomboids, the mid traps, all that seems to pop. The teres minor and all that starts to really like light up when you do that. It seems like he got up there, he did the back pose, he's wide, but he didn't really like push it looks like. Imagine if this guy really pushed that pose. He might have been in second, potentially, So, wow, who knows? But I agree with you, though. Definitely looking at just the muscle development, I think he needs a little bit more time, but I think he would have looked even better than he looked now had he brought that chest up. But phenomenal. You were talking about this guy, Phil, eons ago. Like, you brought him to our attention. He wasn't even on my radar. I can be honest about that. And even last week when you spoke about him, he wasn't on my radar, hardcore like that. But this week, after seeing this, oh my God, like, yeah, he's the real deal. I like this guy. So thanks for pointing him out. Super vascular. The dude's got vascularity everywhere. Hard. Do you see? He's got vascular from the earlobe to the eye to the. I mean, come on, bro. To the elbow. I'm like, Jesus, this guy is super vascular. Anywhere he wants to hit, he could hit. I mean, like, Jesus.
Yeah, he's not messing up the program. I think a lot of guys dial it in like that. They don't make excuses out of Asia. They dial it in. They maybe even understand they're at a disadvantage when it comes to a muscle standpoint and a just position being out of the States, not having all the resources like all these guys in America do. So they like you guys like to say, I think Phil, you say this, they control the controllables or the GAFA, you say that.
Yeah,
I think these guys coming out of China, they don't mess up on the controllables. Like they're going to make sure those are dialed in. But I agree with you with the back pose. I do see what you mean and how he can bring a little bit more of that back out. I think you're actually spot on with that. But yeah, I'm excited for that guy.
Yeah. So who else we got? Well, that's top three. That's the top three right there.
Yeah, that's really the top three. I mean, huge shout out again to Sidy Pouye. I'll pull him up one more time just to give him his flowers. Sidy Pouye has also done an interview. If you guys want to go check that out, I even commented. I said, it's not even English that you're speaking, but I understand every word he said. I heard like Quattro and Champion. So this guy is sitting on a throne. Right now, he is the king of Europe as of right now. And he went over here in Chicago and kicked ass. So from the Men's Physique show and all of the Horde members, Sidy Pouye, very nice job.
Well done, bro. Well done, brother.
Very nice job.
Great job.
Guys, before we get into the next part of OTS, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, you know what you need to do. Hit the subscribe button, tap the bell icon so that you're one of the first to see every single episode that goes live. Guys, we are 10 weeks away from the Olympia. It's been a crazy season full of ups, full of downs, and the Men's Physique Show has been there every step of the way. So make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. Also like and drop a comment down below. Maybe put your prediction in. Who do you think you have at the moment winning the 2026 Olympia? We've got some really big names off the couch, deep into their prep. We've got Ryan, we've got Chiron, we've got Edvan, we've got Ali, we've got all the big names ready to rock and roll for 2026. Also, make sure to take a screenshot of this episode, use the QR code in the top corner, upload it to your story, tag the Men's Physique Show, Hart McGrath, Aline Bolton, Philip Naselli, and we'll reshare that to our stories to help promote and share the show to the rest of the Men's Physique world. Next up on the episode,
real quick,
Olympia.
Boys, I just want to point out, I don't know if you saw what Sidy was wearing for this W.
Manifest, baby.
Let's go. That was cool to see. You got manifest. Everyone's got manifest.
Everyone's got manifest.
Everyone's.
I think there's a new. I think they're dropping a new pair of shorts soon. Did you guys see that? In the Chinese type writing, I think it was in their story at one point. I think is it there or it might be gone?
I love those fires.
Hey, that's my pump cover at the moment. That manifest heroes and villains. That one there. That's my leg. That's my leg day top. Great leg day top. Definitely covers the biceps nicely.
I love that shirt.
Super dope. Code MP Show, guys. Code MP Show to anyone competing out there. You're stepping on stage. Use our code. Save yourself some money. You also support the channel by doing that, and we can keep doing what we're doing. So we would appreciate that big time. And also tag us if you buy some shorts. Throw it in your story. Tag the Men's Physique Show so we can see that you did that. But let's move on, guys. The next segment of our show, we're going to talk about one of the most popular posts that has been on our profile for the last few weeks. Philip Naselli has been building these that are powered by Metabolic. And I first discovered Metabolic through Phil Naselli. And Phil, why is Metabolic the supplement of the Men's Physique division, and why is it powering our post?
First and foremost, some of the best health supplements on the market. I mean, they're very big in Australia. They're very big in New Zealand. I mean, as an athlete, as a guy that goes to the gym, as an individual that goes to the gym, I mean, even though we want to look good on the outside, the most important thing is being good on the inside, keeping our health markers in check. And we know, with this sport, there are things that people do push the boundaries with what needs to be done to compete at some of the highest levels. And a lot of athletes neglect that side of things. They neglect blood work. They neglect buying supplementation to keep their liver in check, their heart in check, their kidneys in check. The good thing about Metabolic And in the past, I should say, is when I would cover all these health markers, I would need to buy 10, 20 tablets and spread them out throughout the course of the day. And it sounded like a job. It felt like a job. So what Metabolics has actually done is it's first and foremost formulated by a doctor. Every ingredient in these capsules are clinically dosed. And nowadays, you find a lot of supplement companies that will shortchange and kind of half-ass things because obviously they want to save money, but want to sell it for the most. Metabolics do not cut corners. Metabolics put the best quality ingredients in their products to ensure that every athlete or general population person who takes this can rest assured that they're putting some good quality stuff into their system. So that is why I've always used Metabolics. The boys now use Metabolics. There's so many people around the world that are now using Metabolics and keeping their health in check. And obviously, being in the sport for as long as possible is every athlete's goal. So make sure to pick up some of the metabolic supplements. We've got the health and liver support as well as the kidney support. Get them both. They're on sale at the moment. You get it even cheaper when you use the code MPShow as well. So get yourself some of those health supplements as well.
Hey, six reasons to do it. Tomas, the Hungarian Ryan Terry, uses Metabolic. Francisco Martinez, the Nightmare, uses Metabolic. Hart McGrath uses Metabolic. Phil Naselli uses Metabolic. The Gaffer uses Metabolic. Your organs need Metabolic. That's the 6 reasons why you want to get on Metabolic right there, okay? Everyone's doing it. Everyone knows that this is a dangerous road that's traveled when you stress your body like this. You gotta counterbalance. Whether you're on gear or you're not, you gotta counterbalance the stress and the damage that you do to your body. And this is that product. So stop playing. Let's go. What else we got?
Spot on. Code MP Show. Let's talk about it. Phil, you've been making these lists. This is the Powered by Metabolic official Men's Physique 2026 Olympia qualified athletes. And you guys can see the qualified athletes. I'll zoom in here first so you can see everyone who was qualified. A lot of familiar names: Kyron Holden, Ryan Terry, Ollie Bilal, Aaron Bakes, Brandon Hendrickson, Andre Dayu. And we have some new names up here: Francisco Martinez. Who else we got up here? Mehdi Kabad, he's a usual on that list. Li Jinbo. I mean, I see China, I see Colombia, I see Paraguay. I see a lot of awesome
Dallas
names.
Botchway's new. Yeah.
Dallas Botchway's in. That guy could easily, I feel like, if he brings what he's been bringing, a top 15 Olympian. Talhal Killick, told to lean to his face. He's going to be top 15 for sure. But this is the important part. This is the current top 25. And how is this looking? What do you guys think of this? Who's getting in? Who's staying in? What's happening with this?
Get Phil.
I mean, looking at this, you kind of expect the names at the top of the list and you kind of expect the names at the bottom of the list. Now, I feel like a lot of athletes are going to be getting off the couch. I think now it's going to be even harder to qualify for the Olympia. At the moment, we've got 25 plus 22. So we've got 47 athletes qualified for the Olympia. Last year, we had 70 odd. So at least this year, the list has truncated a lot. But when you look at the list, I mean, Emmanuel Hunter's safe. Emerson Costa's safe. Isai Kesek's safe. I think anyone that's above, let's call it 20 points, is safe at this point. No, we know Dilson Espindola is jumping on stage this week. We've got Anik Ghosh jumping back on stage this week. So they could arguably move up to the qualified athletes. But yeah, looking at this, I mean, it is exactly where I would expect it to be at this point in time. But that being said, we do have, like I said, 9 weeks to go to officially qualify for the Olympia. We've got Corey Morris jumping on stage, in the near future as well. We're going to have some big names jumping on stage in the near future as well. So it is still anyone's game, but time is running out for a lot of athletes. Gaffer, what do you think?
Yeah, I think, man, you spot on. I would even go as far to say that 18 points gets you in. Just looking at this list, I think Junpei is going to be in. Man, I saw Anik Ghosh. He's been looking much fuller, but I haven't seen the detail. And I know he's on this weekend, right? So I think he's doing
latest update, Gaffa, 7 hours ago. Here's our boy Unique. Yeah, he is looking fuller. You're exactly right.
Yeah, he looks fuller there, but he doesn't look as detailed as he looked last year, in my humble opinion. I think he sacrificed conditioning for fullness, and he's got to be to be on the level of these guys at this stage. And I know, genetically, sometimes some Indian athletes don't have necessarily the same size that the American athletes have, this and a third. But in order to be in that top 15, man, you got to be peeled and full. Like, it's not an and or thing. It's a of course both. Like, you got to have both. It's not or I'm peeled or I'm full. It is I'm full and I'm peeled, especially in that top 10. That top 10 is like ferocious. I think when I think of the top 10 in men's physique right now, I think of the Joker breaking that broomstick, throwing it in between the two guys and saying, hey, whoever comes out of here has made the squad. Right? Remember that scene in Batman when he breaks the broomstick, he throws it in, and it's two guys, and he's like, only one of you guys are coming on my squad with me, so you guys are going to have to fight it out and figure it out. That's the top 10 guys.
Such a
right
sick
now.
scene.
It feels like that because it's so like tense. It's so everyone's bringing that extra that you haven't seen in years previous. So I'm super, maybe a couple of guys you saw that with in years previous, but like now, Edvan Palmera looks crazy. I mean, I just want to see Anik do really well. But anyway, I don't mean to digress. I agree with you. I think that if you are 18 and over in terms of points, you're probably going to be okay based on how many shows are left right now. But a lot of guys are going to get kicked out, man. I mean, woo, it's tight. I think Julio is going to do another show for sure. I know Amit's coming back doing another show. YS is in this weekend. Anik is in this weekend. I don't know, but we got to reach out to Paul. I want to know what's going on with Paul Gustav and if he's jumping in. I see him doing a lot of outside workouts and stuff like that. He looks beefy, but he doesn't look like he's going in doing a show because I don't see the conditioning there at this point. And it's boys, we only got 9 weeks to the O. So like, there's only but so many shows you can do. There's only like 4 weeks, 5 weeks left to be able to do shows. Like, it's go time.
And the competition is just going to get harder and harder and harder because, you know, like I said, some of these athletes that have been sitting on the fence for a while now is going to really show up. Their physique's going to be fresh compared to someone who's been running the gauntlet for weeks trying to chase points and trying to chase an Olympia qualification. So, yeah, got to get off the couch now, boys, if you want to qualify for the O.
Yeah, speaking of fresh, Hart, Phil, have you seen Dilson Espindola's updates? Yo, this dude looks like someone just took knives and started just carving at his physique. He is peeled, bro. He looks, woo. Look at this. His shoulders go crazy. Go ahead.
I'm so glad he brought it because this weekend in Brazil is going to be a bloodbath. When you look at the names that are on that Brazilian list, it is. I mean, you've got two guys there fighting for an Olympia qualification. You've got Dilson and Vinicius who have both got a pro show win. Either of those guys win, they're into the O. You've got Kaique in that list, in that lineup. Yes. Sorry, after what happened in Brazil a few months ago, where he came third behind, Vitor Chavez. This guy wants redemption. He wants a pro show win. You've got Victor Germano.
Oh my God, bro!
He's made some changes. You got Gualberto as well. You know, these guys, they're going for throats, I reckon, in this weekend in Brazil. But he looks good.
There's another guy that's on that list. He looks crazy. Can you pull up that list one more time, Hart, of Brazil? Who was it? Is it Rodriguez? Is it Oliveira? No. Victor Guerrero. Guillemare, is it?
Gualberto?
Man, I don't know. It'll come to me.
That's the issue with these Brazilian shows. We're gonna watch the recap, and there's gonna be 2-3 guys in the first call out where we're gonna be like, "Who is that?"
Yeah, just come out of nowhere.
Always with these guys. Crazy.
Speaking of Brazilians, boys, have you guys seen Edvan Palmera and his latest physique updates? I don't know what this guy has been doing in the US. I feel like he's a US citizen at this point because I feel like he's been there forever. But his physique is the freakiest that I've ever seen it. Have you seen this?
With the Stone Cold shirt on, the Dark Sports Stone Cold.
You know, I think you guys sent it to me in our DMs or our WhatsApp the other day, and I didn't play it yet. But yeah, I think he lost to Dilson this year, and is he qualified?
Yeah, he's qualified.
Yeah,
okay, he's qualified. Yeah, I think he wants that Brazilian King title to stay with him and his family, and he sees guys like Dilson, Kaike, Vinicius, all these guys gunning for his throat. So this doesn't surprise me to see Edvon locked in like this. This makes me happy.
My question is, though, he's going back to China. It's a very long flight for someone like Edvon Palmera, this close to the Olympia. Obviously, he won the China Pro last year, right after the Olympia, which is one of the shows that he had. It was either before or after the Olympia. I can't remember which one it was. I think it may have been after the Olympia, because that was one of the pro show wins that he... Does it tell you which one he won? Was it after the Olympia? Yeah, so he would have started his, obviously his Olympia qualification nice and early. But it's a long flight over for him. Being so close to the O. Gaffer, what do you think? Why has he chosen, why has he picked a show so far away from the US if he is currently in the US?
I'm going to tell you, man, Edvon Palmera, first of all, has relationships in China that he's established. So, I'm sure there's a money play there. There's a relationship play that's being made there from a business perspective. Then the other thing about Edvon is able to coach other Olympian athletes up. So I'm not worried. He's one guy I'm not worried about taking that flight over and looking correct and being correct. I mean, yeah, he lost to Dilson, but his house blew up, bro. Like, his house literally blew up right before he got on stage. I mean, what do you with his dog and his best friend in the house?
That's a good point.
Come on, you got to give him some type of a break. You know what I mean? Like, would he have lost had that not happened? Probably not. It's plausible that he probably wouldn't have lost. So Edvon looks even grainier than he's looked last year. He looks grainier. He looks more striated. He looks shredded now.
Yeah, looks healthy too.
Healthy. He looks like he's ready. You see the skeleton face coming in right now. He's locked in, bro. He's locked in. So Edvon, I'm not worried about. If there are other guys, what he did for Emerson, with his back pose and his conditioning, gave him detail that you had never seen in Emerson's back before. The way he presents, and also the look and the texture of the skin on the muscle. That was Edvon being front and center, helping him with his diet, helping him with the posing over a few weeks. And we saw what it was. So even Emerson's waist came in. I mean, come on, bro. Like, you got Emerson Costa's waist coming in. Obviously, you know what you're doing. So I'm not worried about Edvon. Edvon, to me, man, is a phenom. And I think he's going to wind up winning that China Pro, in my humble opinion.
And this is exactly what I was kind of alluding to earlier in this episode. The fact that, Aaron Banks can't be sleeping this year because this guy's right on his tail. If Edvon to come 5th last year, Aaron to come 4th, and now present an even better physique than what he brought last year, you can't take that foot off the gas in 2026. So, yeah. And I saw this. I didn't even know Aaron had this hairstyle. Where did this come from?
Yo, that looks like the Hart McGrath locks from that looks like these locks.
Literally. Right, that's big bro right there. That's my twin. What's up, twin?
What a twin. Yo, that like, you two are roughly the same height, right? You're 6'2", right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 6'2". So like, you guys are basically the same height, the locks, smooth operators. Yeah.
Both got 4 letters in their first name.
Just saying. God, the 4-letter connection.
There's too many coincidences here.
It's a conspiracy right now going on. Banks and McGrath.
Hey, boys, before we get out of here, there's one more topic that I want to talk about. I'm thinking about possibly talking. Man, I love when people roast me for my search section in the comments below. I absolutely love it. You hear comments that looks exactly like mine, Hart, your search on your Instagram. Guess who's in China right now?
I saw.
Our boy B. Henny is in China. Neil Yoda Hill and Yamamoto Nutrition flew our guy out, and I'm going to back up because we saw Banks do a China tour, and here we go. Brandon working out all the Chinese pros. Look at this guy. Yes, sir. But there's a video that I want to show you, and I'm going to get to it, but I'm going to keep going here before I let you guys chime in. First of all, Brandon's looking absolutely nutty, smiling. Everyone's back here looking crazy. This isn't the video. Wait till you see this video. I'm actually going to save this maybe for next Friday, or talk about it for next Friday, but I'd love to see our 3-time champ in China with Yamamoto Nutrition. pushing all the Chinese guys. It's this video right here. And wait, is it this video? There's going to be a guy? Yes. Okay, so squint your eyes, do whatever you have to do. This guy right here is me. If I was in China and I was watching Brandon work out, boys, this is me. I want you to watch the way this guy is fiercely chewing this gum and how locked in he is on getting this B-Henny video. Look
Only
at this.
you would see this.
Look at this. This is my guy. That is my guy right there.
Yeah,
you see this?
Yeah.
That's my guy. That's me.
How did you even pick that?
That's me.
That's what I want to know.
He's all
That's
in,
me,
bro.
boys.
He's
Yeah.
committed. He's committed to the cause, 100%, bro.
We're going to play it again. I want you guys. He just sneaks in out of nowhere, comes in here. Phone can't get any closer to the face. Look at him rooting him on. Like, that is what I'm talking about. Look at that.
Look at the chew on him.
I'm on him.
Look at how he's chewing that gum.
He said, I give no rat's ass about your space and your boundaries, bro. I'm up on you. This is Brandon. This is him. He's like right here. He's like right here.
That is hilarious.
You gotta love it. There's Neil Yoda Hill there.
Oh my god.
Brandon here, super cool, super cool video. You know Brandon loves this stuff. There's our guy right there, still going at it.
Play around.
You know what? I just want to
around.
know how sore that jaw was after this trading session. He would have had such a jaw ache when he got home. He would have said, "Give me the ice pack. Give me the ice pack, wife. I need to relax the jaw muscles."
That's gonna be the start of our video.
His wife be like, "What were you on a corner or something?
what are you
Why's
doing?
your jaw messed up like that? What the hell you been doing?"
We need what is it, Ringlies to give that guy sponsorship. Give him a chewing gum sponsorship or something.
Boys, you know what I noticed too about this is a lot of, and maybe this is just my feeling, but I feel like at least me being in Bali or me going to a couple other American meetups like this, you wouldn't typically see, I guess young kid, or not young, or just a teenager, I don't know, 20-year-old, however old this kid is. Like, obviously he's not in the typical shape that we see bodybuilders, but yet he's getting cheered on, his confidence is there, and he's taking his shirt off and he's having fun. It's like, I wouldn't see that. I don't know about you, Phil, but would you see a kid looking like, or a guy looking like that, feeling that confident on stage? Like, I just feel like it's dope to see, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it's in Asia, we're seeing it a lot more. I think bodybuilding in Asia is just something that's close to the Asian people's heart. I mean, we saw it, the guy that you uploaded the other day with the posing video. I feel like, and we see it in India a lot, we see it in China a lot, we see it in Indonesia a lot, we see it in these Asian countries. The Western world is nowhere like this. I feel like these people just don't care. They're happy. Asian people are some of the happiest people on earth. No, and that's I'm not saying anything in a bad way, but when you go to Asian countries, you will see that nothing phases these people. They wake up in the morning, they live the best life, they're happy, they're never angry, they're never mad, they're just happy people all the time. And it shows, these people just don't care. It's like, I'm living my best life, I'm happy, no one here is judging me, let me just do my thing. And I'm all for this.
Bro, that's whether you're in Korea, whether you're in Japan, whether you're in Thailand, Bali, Vietnam. I mean, it's just the culture, bro. And that's why it was so, I felt so enriched, excuse me, when I went over there and then came back. I mean, you see just a stark difference between the cultures and how everything is clean. Everybody's chilling. Everybody's minding their business, having fun, having drinks. Will help you, not trying to like rob you and take from you. Like, it's just a different vibe out there. I remember going to Korea and I was like, "Hey, is there crime here?" He started laughing, like, "Crime? Like, come on, man. Like, we don't play that out here." It's unheard of. People just don't get down like that. So it's beautiful to see, man. Glad B-Henny is out there. Hey, if anybody is feeling some sort of joint pain or feeling something wrong, traveling really far, something seems to flare up, working out, something flares up or whatever, you got to see our guys at the Center of Wellness and Pain Care, Dr. Swag himself, because let me tell you, man, he's helping a lot of athletes right now. I mean, man, if everybody turned around and just said, "Hey, I'm going to see the doc," it'd be crazy right now because he's helping so many of the star athletes, the top tier athletes right now. And oh my God, it's going to be crazy at his practices. I think he's got 4 or 5 practices in Vegas come Olympia time. I know the 3 of us will be up in the house getting some work done. But yo, the swaggiest doctor that there is in the space for sure. Cool as hell.
IFBB Pro.
IFBB Pro, by the way, one of the Horde members, and teaches stem cell to thousands and thousands of doctors all across the world. I mean, phenomenal guy. Check them out. Get your work done. Again, similar to the supplements, you gotta take care of yourself. If not, you're gonna have problems, whether it's now or it's later. As you get older, take care of any nagging issues while you can. That's all I gotta say on that. And I got one more thing else to say. Texas Pro, Gold's Classic, Men's Physique Show will be in the house, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm holding it down right now, but I'm telling you, as we start getting closer and closer, the voice will start getting louder and louder. So just understand, Gaffer energy all day, every day, baby. Let's go. All gas, no brakes. What you got, Hart? Take it away.
I'm going to throw this shit over to Phil because I'm going to get ready to grab my popcorn, to grab my protein shake, make my couch all as comfy as I can, grab my girl, because I got Monday's recap around 5 p.m. Pacific time, and I'm going to watch the Gaffer pop off once more footage has come through. He's going to be speaking to the athletes. You guys wait for his breakdown. It's going to be a banger on Monday. Be ready for that.
Let's go.
I don't think I can be ready. I'm just excited now hearing it because Gaffer, the way that he breaks it down, Hart, your video last week, it's cool what we've done. It's cool that we keep evolving and keep changing things, and we do it because we love it. And we love it because the Horde members keep showing up time and time again. So guys, if you are yet to subscribe to the YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe right now. Tap the bell icon to be one of the first to see every episode that we now drop going forward. We've got 3 episodes we drop. We've got OTS dropping. We're going to have interviews as well. There is going to be so much Men's Physique content. It is coming to you. It is going to be like a Men's Physique bukkake in your face. Just saying.
Yo, Phil.
We're getting demonetized.
I know, right? Last week when you dropped the 3 shows back to back, bro, I think that I forgot how many thousands of views there are, but I probably equate for like 500 of those views by myself, bro. Because the way you broke it down, I was literally like, yo, this guy, why is he not on ESPN? Like, why is Phil not on ESPN? So I gotta say, and Hart, it was like, man, I went back to the old days, man. I went back to like where you're just vibrant. It's not even the old days, it's the new days, because it's you. It's who you are. You like to have fun and be vibrant. And it's each one of us brings a very unique perspective, how we articulate our passion for the sport. And it's so powerful when we're together. It's like the Justice League. Each one of us is a superhero, and then we come together and we just go take on aliens from another planet, So it's dope. It's dope. I love you guys.
Facts.
I love you, brothers.
We love you too, bro. And we know the Men's Physique Show and the Horde love everything that we're doing as well. So we're going to keep doing it. But guys, if you haven't yet, like I said, subscribe, bell icon, take a screenshot, use a QR code. Last but not least, a special thank you to all the guys helping power in the show. Manifest Board Shorts, some of the best board shorts in the game. Metabolic, some of the best health supplements in the game. We've got Physique, we've got ProSick and Dr. Campbell. Like we said, the swaggiest doctor of all over there at the Center of Wellness and Pain Care. All the information, all the discount codes are in the description below. And guys, enjoy the rest of the morning, the afternoon, the evening, whatever time you're watching this one. And we'll see you guys next week for Gaffer's Weekly Recap. Peace.